just because it's hard doesn't mean that it's not for you. Just because life or your twin flame may push back on you when you want to move forward doesn't mean give up. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Breann, a Master Certified Ascension Coach with Twin Flames Universe, and I'm going to explain to you in depth what I was just saying, and that is just because it gets hard doesn't mean that it's not for you and that it's time to give up. And I can share with you that throughout the experience of my twin flame journey and anything that it is that I've called in my heart, I have a desire, I choose and claim that desire, and the next level of life arises. And what I mean by that is it gets hard, okay? It gets really hard sometimes because when you call something in, when you choose your desire, you will be honed, you will be carved, you will be molded into that of which you've called in. And let's say if we're talking about your twin flame union, your twin flame union is a vibration. And so your vibration must be refined. It is a high vibration. And so that means that you will be squeezed. You will be challenged, you will be tested, not for the purpose of telling you, oh, that's not for you, you better give up, but for the purpose of growing you, for refining you, for, like a diamond, right? Where it's pressured, to become, to be beautiful, right? Diamonds are pressurized by nature in general. And you are God's diamond, you are God's child. And so when you choose your desire, you're going to be shaped, you're going to be carved of everything that is not you, that lowers the vibration that is you, so that you can ultimately attract and have what you want in your life. And you can look at it in this way, like let's say you have, two people side by side, and you have one person that, they're moving through a challenge, and let's say that they receive their challenge, maybe their twin flame has triggered them immensely, and they look at it for what it is, and okay, there's a challenge, this feels really, really hard right now, I'm going to move through it, and I'm going to see what happens as a result of moving through it. Okay, they move through it, they conquer the challenge, they come out on the other side. Think about how that person feels about themselves. I know for me, like I would feel very respectful of myself. I would feel very just loving and good and confident in myself. Versus let's say you have, the person over here where they've chosen and claimed their heart's desires, and something has manifested in their life that has become really hard. And they may take a couple steps into it, and they're like, not for me, not doing this. This is hard. This is not the direction for me, right? And then what do? They say no, and they relax back into where they were at. They give up, essentially. They don't move through the challenge to see what might be on the other side. Think about how that person feels about themselves. And then if you continue doing this time and time again, how are you going, where's the confidence in that? Where's the self-respect in that? Where is the strength in the love for oneself in all of that? And who out of the two is going to manifest very quickly what it is that they've called in their heart's desires, in your twin flame union, your wealth and abundance, your life purpose, whatever it is that, down to the nitty-gritty of what it is that you're calling in and you're manifesting in your life. Who's going to win here? I mean, it's pretty obvious who's going to win, and let's say this person that moves through challenge after challenge after challenge, think about how beautiful their life is going to be as they continue to conquer those challenges and those hard times, and they don't give up on themselves, versus the other person that, they're not down for a hard time. They don't want that. They want everything to be easy, right? But You got to be very careful here, because this is where ego can sneak in and fool you, right? It's going to tell you, oh, that's hard. Don't do that. You know, don't, that's too hard on you. Just relax. You take it easy. But energetically, that's communicating, don't grow. Stay where you're at. But the whole purpose of you having your desire is to move from where you're at. And, you know, twin flame related, this is what this video is for, is that if you're in a state of separation and you choose and claim your desire for your twin flame, well, you're not happy where you're at, which is why you claimed your desire in the first place. And so if you listen to that sneaky little voice of ego and you choose to not move through your challenge or that hard time that's manifested in your reality, well, what's going on there, right? There's no growth happening. There's no building and cultivating that confidence and that strength within yourself. And that confidence and that strength, that peace, that groundedness, that is crucial to the foundation of your harmonious twin flame union, because you and your twin flame, you're going to trigger one another. And I know you probably know this very well already. And, you know, yes, your twin flame is your eternal lover, your romantic partner, your everything all in one, but they're also a teacher, and they're an ascension tool for your soul's evolution and growth. And if you ignore that part, you're not going to find that you get very far with your twin flame union, because anytime they trigger you, you're going to fall over. You're going to get knocked right out. Oh, no, too hard. Not doing it. Not going there. Well, where's the growth in that? You know, where is the, you got to be strong. You got to be grown. You got to be refined. And so the hard, when life, you know, seems to get hard, it's because it's refining you, you know, in that person that's constantly moving through their challenges. They're empowered, right? They feel really solid and strong and like a pillar of light, you know, a pillar of Christ consciousness. They feel really, really good within themselves, to the point to where they feel like they can conquer the world. And when I say conquer the world, I mean like conquer anything that may come their way. You know, your twin flame triggering you. Oh, I see, you know, here's another one of those nasty triggers coming at me. But I know, you know, if you look at it through the perception of love, through love's eyes, you know that hard time, that trigger, is coming to you because it's showing you and leading you into what you desire. And you're going to feel really good in knowing that there's something good on the other side, versus, you know, and these are just examples, the person, you know, on the other side that's like, nah, too hard, you know, like that's weak. Like you can feel the vibration of that, right? Like as I explain the difference between the two and speak to the energy of that, like you can feel the difference. And so, yes, it's going to feel hard sometimes, no doubt about that. It's going to feel impossible at times, no doubt about that. You know, and these are the challenges that we speak of, you know, in the journey and the lessons and the experiences. But show up for yourself. Don't ever give up. That should never even be a thought in your consciousness. Never give up on yourself. Always move forward, even if you have to crawl, right? Like even if you can barely inch ahead, just, you know, in one day, make that move, just that baby step, that forward momentum or that step forward. It's absolutely everything. Never give up on yourself. Never look at your triggers or, you know, what it is that life is presenting to you and say, I'm not doing it. That's too hard. Because you gotta move through it to get clear on why is it here? What is it showing me? And you're absolutely right. It may not be for you, but you got to move through it to transcend it, right? It's a spiritual experience. It's a spiritual journey first. And that spiritual journey is going to refine you into your divine self, who you were created to be. And so it's going to come and help you dislodge everything in your vibration that's weighing you down. All right, so the whole purpose of this video is to encourage you that even if you're feeling like life is hard right now, your twin flame journey is hard, and maybe it seems like there's no movement that's happening right now, don't give up. Keep persisting, keep going, keep loving yourself. Relax, do self-care, anything that you need to give yourself to keep moving forward. Keep doing that, because I promise you, and I can say this from my own personal experience, every single time I just keep putting one foot in front of another, I always prevail. I always come out on the other side, and my life only continues to get beautiful, and miracles happen and blessings happen. Sorry, I can't talk, but my life improves in so many ways, and I feel so empowered. I feel so peaceful, and just really good with myself, and that's everything. You can't manufacture that feeling. That feeling can only be felt by you simply show up and you love yourself, and you don't allow that give up to be a thought in your mind. You may think it sometimes, but acknowledge that it's there and say, no, I don't choose that. That's not in me. That's not my design, because it's not. We are all divine children, and we were not created as weak or powerless or not worthy of our desires. That is a lie, that was created by the ego. And so show up for yourself, show up for your union, move through whatever life is presenting to you right now. And I assure you that as you do, you will look back on the beginning of that and you'll be like, oh, that was a piece of cake. Let's do it again. And then another life's lesson will come, and you keep working your process. But as you do this, you'll start to trust even deeper, and you'll look back and you'll be like, wow, every single time I show up for myself, my twin flame triggers me, something in my life isn't going right, but every single time I show up for myself, life gets really freaking good. And that's everything. All right, so don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.